Today we're in Alaska and we are going on an adventure. But it's not in this. We just saw that in the parking lot.
Today we are exploring Denali National Park with my good friends Tyler and Kyle, and we'll be doing 2 hikes. Savage Alpine Trail, 4 miles. This trail was the harder of the 2, but you had the best view of Mount Denali if it was going to show itself.
So now we are doing the Savage River Loop Trail.
This shorter second trail was a great complimentary one to the first Alpine Trail because it was relatively flat, peaceful by the river, and a great cool down after a hard, challenging hike. Today, there's a little bit of cloud cover, but we're excited to get out there and do both of these hikes. Good morning, everybody. We are headed out. If you hear jingling throughout the entire video, I apologize. That is our cowbell from the Dolomites, which has turned into our bear bell in Alaska. And it sounds effective with walking. 42 degrees and sunny.
Yeah. Crisp, clean.
Beautiful day, much better than yesterday.
8:40 in the morning
So
and
far.
the adventure begins. I guess technically the first hunt is for bear spray.
I'm about to say the first hunt, like when the bears come out to feed, it's like, oh yeah, it's about 8 in the morning.
Oh no.
Just in time for the first hunt.
May we see bears at a distance of 500 yards or greater.
Yeah.
Alaska is well known for its brown bears, and we did not have any bear spray. So we set off to the Denali Visitor Center at about 1 mile in the park road to see if there was any to purchase or rent. Now we're going to the backcountry office because the lady at the headquarters said you could potentially rent bear spray, and we're about to find out. When you do rent it there, you have to watch an informative safety video, practice your bear spray stance to make sure you're safe to use it.
Bend the knees, bend the knees.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Okay.
And then we were ready to head out to our trail.
Okay, we just left the backcountry office. We were able to rent a bear spray. It is $12 a day. You get it for 24 hours. You can use it for as many days as you want. They just charge you depending on how long you have it for. But they are very safe about it. They make you watch a video, a safety video on it. They make all of you practice taking it out of the holster, taking the safety off, and using the spray. So they said we're probably good with 1 can per group as long as we stay together, make some noise. So now we are going to head off to start our hike.
We did just see a moose, so if you are driving the park road, keep your eye out. And the easiest way to spot them is to find a bus that's stopped in the middle of the road.
Fastest cars rental.
We got the last parking spot.
All right, we are starting on the Savage Alpine Trail, 4 miles, 1250 elevation gain. Let's get going.
So we just left the Mountain Vista parking lot. This trail was actually recommended to us by the park ranger at the visitor center, and her actual question to us was, do you want the trail or the doo-doo-doo trail? And she's like, you guys look like people. So she recommended this trail to us. It's 4 miles, 1,250 feet of elevation gain, but she said if Denali is going to show itself, starting here and ending at Savage Creek will give you the best views of the mountain if it decides to pop out of the clouds today. Is it pretty warm?
That's like jacuzzi water. I feel like it's gonna be that like we saw Denali, but the one time you see like that.
Where's Denali?
California, I feel like.
So we have done 1.5 miles, and look at these views behind me. We keep stopping every like so many feet to turn around, and we're like, wow, the views just keep getting better and better and better. Of course, it's Denali. I don't know that there is a bad view, so we're super excited to see what the big view is from the top. But beautiful, lush green. You have some flowers on the side, clouds, a little bit of sun peeking through. So much better weather today than what we had yesterday. We have been, yeah, we've had some good wildlife spotters on this trip. We just spotted our first piece of wildlife on this hike. It's a, what is that?
It's a slug.
It's a slug.
He's doing the same hike.
Yeah.
Like, my God.
He started a week ago.
Like whenever you're addressing someone, you say your name to the other person. Yeah.
So, somewhere behind us, we think is Denali. We're really not sure, but we think. We're very hopeful that it's in that direction. 50 to 70 miles, but the clouds are, it looks like they're lifting-ish. So today could be the 30% day. Hopeful, very hopeful.
The boys are stopped back there trying to figure out which mountain is Denali. So the lady said on our way back down, if it's gonna pop out today, we're gonna see it, which I think I mentioned earlier. And the clouds seem to be slowly rising as our hike goes on. And so we're trying to figure out like, oh, if the clouds rise, like which one of those mountains is Denali?
All right, we're getting closer and closer to the top, but now with no trees, it is getting chilly. Layer up time.
Yeah.
Come prepared in Alaska.
That wind is starting to cut through you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't have my gloves because they're soaked from yesterday and we had nowhere to dry them. Tyler doesn't have his warmer shoes because his warmer shoes were soaked from
My
yesterday.
feet feel good though. I wore the thick wool socks.
Yesterday when we were trying to decide which hike we were going to do today, we thought it was funny because we got on our All Trails app to look up the different trails. And it said Denali is like 6 million acres. So you think tons of hiking trails, but there's only 35 like actual marked trails in 6 million acres of a park. We're continuing to try to guess which one is Mount Denali, and we've met a few people on this hike also trying to guess. And what we've learned is that you can see these kind of mountains like closer to us, and Denali stands 15,000 feet above those. So it's a very, very tall mountain, and it will probably take a long time for those clouds to clear, but they're continuing to gradually move up higher and higher, so we're still hopeful.
He said scramble up the street field with it.
Perched on the rock.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's two.
what are those? Marmots? 2 little marmots.
There's like
Right.
groundhogs.
Groundhogs. Prairie. That's not prairie dogs. He's not for that.
Denali prairie dog.
Denali mountain dogs.
Dogs.
Mountain dog.
There they go. There they go.
We call them little Steves. Little Steves.
There's so many of them up here.
So at the beginning of the hike down at the bottom, it was very green, some trees, and then you work your way into kind of like some brush, the bush, and then now we've worked our way to more of like tundra. So there's some lichen on the ground, and then we're going into some rock climbing right now. But it's really cool because the landscape just kind of changes the higher you go in elevation, and then of course the views get better and better. We've done about 1,250 feet of elevation. Take a lot of breaks, and it's been pretty good. Wow. Is this tundra? Is that what it's considered?
Yeah, this is
I guess so,
tundra.
yeah.
I think so. Like, the shrubbery is very hardy and low.
It's just rocky and...
We made it to the top. We stopped and had a snack, enjoyed the beautiful views, took some great photos. Now we have about 1 mile to 2 miles to go to finish this trail, but we're gonna get going because we can see some mountain goats in the distance and they're pretty close to the trail, so we wanna go check them out.
Tiny, tiny rocks.
charcoal? Depends on the filter.
We are coming up on the mountain sheep. They really haven't moved since we were up at the top. I'll be honest, you guys, I thought it was like, they were calling them mountain sheep, but I thought they were gonna be like with the horns and stuff. Oh, yeah. But these look like the ones in Glacier? Yeah, like a mountain goat or like a bighorn sheep. But these are like pure white, long-legged sheep. Oh, those people must be scaring it away. Okay, now that we're closer, they do have horns. They're just smaller. See the horns on that one?
There's a marmot, yeah. That one.
There are 2 doll sheep right there, just hanging out, eating on the side of the mountain. Not fazed by everybody hiking by. Oh, look at him, he's coming down this way. Look at him, he's coming this way.
Has a perfect example of a quartz vein in it.
What's a quartz vein?
It's a hot water intrusion in an igneous rock. So as hot water comes into an igneous rock that's being formed deep on the ground, it starts depositing minerals and creates these little quartz veins. It starts coming through the rock. It's a nice little chunk of it. Also very heavy. Oh.
This is our second snack spot of the day and probably better than the first. And Denali is this close to coming out.
There's like a full panorama here.
This is how you can solve the mystery of Denali.
There you go. It's definitely taken from like closer to the mountain.
Well, we stayed at that last little rest stop for probably about an hour, hoping that we would see the clouds clear, and they're still just kind of hovering right at the top. So we decided to continue the trail and make our way down. There is another trail at the bottom, so we're just gonna do a little bit more hiking around, because pretty much anywhere we are at in the park, if it does decide to pop through the clouds, we'll at least be able to see it. My goodness, we just came around the corner and we can see the top of Denali. Wow, that is so cool. We had no expectations for this with the weather we've had so far, but usually the best things happen when you least expect it, and there is Denali. Well, at the bottom of our 4-mile trail is another 2-mile loop. It's rated as easy, and since we're here and it's a beautiful day, we thought, what the heck, let's go check it out. Definitely a much different vibe on this trail. It's fairly level and you have the river running by, which is just like a nice, calm, moving water sound, and you're not working near as hard as the last trail. This trail is very well trafficked, people coming and going from both sides. The shuttle takes you right to basically the trailhead and drops you off, and because it's an easy trail with beautiful views, it is a very, very popular one here in the park.
So right back there at the bridge we just crossed was the official halfway point. We turned around and now we're headed back. It does take you to the right side of the river now. It leads right to the sheriff's station. There's more bathrooms and you can cross the bridge on the other edge to get back to where you started if that's the goal. But beautiful trail, relatively flat. And again, we just crossed the halfway point. We were headed back.
We made it! That was a very easy and beautiful trail, and we actually learned that this Savage River runs through some of like the oldest rocks on the North American continent. Like this range is estimated to be somewhere between 600 million to over 1 billion years old. So a lot of the rock formations that you see out there are like older than a number I can even comprehend, like in the billions. It's insane. And because we were lucky enough to have a geologist on this trail with us, he actually pointed out some of the really, really old rocks and told us how they were formed, and said that that's why they kind of have that funky look to them, because they're so old and have been through so much like change and transformation.
We're gonna hit that back too.
What a beautiful day.
Cheers. Memories.
These are nice seats.
This is actually a really nice bus. It's like comfy seats, nice seat belts.
Okay, we just made it back to Mountain Vista parking lot on that bus. Of course, now that we're off the Alpine Trail with amazing views of the mountain, there's not a single cloud in the sky and Denali's out, showing herself. We just heard from the bus driver say this is a short 15-minute loop trail that has one of the best views of the mountain. The parking lot is Mountain Vista parking. It just happens to be the spot where our car is parked. And she said should be a great view of Denali right now. So we're gonna be part of the 30% club for sure now.
Because we've seen it multiple times.
We were leaving to go to dinner, but we can't miss this. So we are making the, what is it, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
15-minute trek to get a view
half a mile.
of Denali. I can't believe there's nobody else out here. I figured it would be packed.
I'm just gonna say it was better on the Alpine Trail.
There.
Better on the trail. Gosh darn it. It's actually a good trail. For the lack of effort to get here, this is a good view.
Yeah.
This is the Denali Princess Lodge, and there's some burgers. After hiking all day, we decided to head just north of Denali Park to Denali Princess Wilderness Lodge for the Grizzly Burger.
Beautiful.
I've never heard your voice go that high.
Wow! What an end to our day.
Kyle tipped him 100. No, I'm just kidding.
That's the part you don't tell.
Keep the myth going so we might actually get there.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even ask for this. I just said just give us whatever's fastest.
We technically could have been camping right now at Teklanika eating beef stew and beef marinara.
One of the burgers.
It's a lucky penny.
That's lucky penny he threw out. That's why we're.
I didn't find it.
He lost it. That's why we're
got
having better
disconnected
luck.
from
I either lost it or it's like still sitting there and now it's working or something.
It's yeah.
Bro, those fries are good.
Oh my god, that was
Wow.
Kyle, you want fries?
Oh,
Fries on a 0 to 10.
They're really good. I'd say at least a 9.
That's a double-double.
that is.
Oh, that's a grizzly burger.
Look,
right
it's
there.
shining with grease.
That's a grizzly burger. We've earned.
Yes, we earned this.
But that's a $25 burger.
If you want an onion ring, you feel free to grab one.
It was a great end to our few days exploring Denali National Park.
I'm glad we